guys, welcome back to another edition of the Independent Sponsor Update, brought to you by Frisch Capital Partners. Frisch Capital on a daily basis is helping independent sponsors around the country put together the capital that they need to be able to purchase their companies. So, Bob, today I want to talk about the title of this episode. There are no bad companies, only bad purchase prices. Because I'm going to need to unpack this because I think there's a lot of people that might say there's plenty of bad companies out there. So what do you mean by this?
Well, there are companies that need to be turned around. There are companies that are not performing well. There are companies that are performing fantastically well.
Sure.
No doubt about it. It's all a matter of what you're paying for them. It's a matter of what you're paying. If you're buying, quote, a herding puppy, that's what we call them in the industry. If you're buying a company like that and you have the ability to turn it around and you're buying it for not much money, let's just leave it like that at a very low multiple, if a multiple at all, then hey, it may not be making money, but you can turn it around quickly. And your purchase price, if you bought it right, you've done a great job.
Gotcha. So as we think about, as an independent sponsor thinks about buying a company, when do they need to start thinking about this and what's important to consider?
Independent sponsors get to see a lot of companies. That's nice. And we've talked about the letter of intent and the seller and things of that nature. But they need to think about it because they need to look at the economics and they need to know that there's a marketplace out there. And while that marketplace, and we've talked about the inefficiencies of the market, there are some efficiencies, and the efficiencies revolve around the purchase price in a main way. There are certain multiples that are reasonable on certain industries or certain
company sizes.
Exactly, and things like that.
And most of it's a range.
It's a range, and if you get outside that range too far, let's put it this way, Drew. Anybody can buy a company if they outbid everybody else. There is no doubt about it. If you have the highest, that seller is one happy dude. He's going to give you that company. Yeah. He's going to sign the LOI. The problem you'll have is, as an independent sponsor, you'll never get it financed. I say never. Okay, maybe. But you've got now 1 in 100 chances of getting it financed, as opposed to buying it right, where your chances get a heck of a lot better.
Gotcha. So if you've watched the other video where we talk about the common mistakes people make with the LOI, one of the things we talk about is over-negotiating. This is the one area, though, where you do want to be sure you properly negotiate when obtaining your LOI, because that purchase price is, other than the exclusivity, that's the main other important part, is that purchase price.
That's correct.
Because if you don't get the right multiple, once you're locked in with that LOI, you have the exclusivity, but you're also locked into the purchase price.
Well, you're locked into the purchase price. And the seller can walk away if you don't come up with the money at closing. So therefore, when you're, as an independent sponsor, you have a big responsibility. And all those capital sources are looking to you. What did you negotiate the purchase price at? That's what they're going to decide whether they finance your deal or not.
And so that's where it's important to understand that you don't have to be an expert in a given industry, but you do need to know enough about the economics of the industry or the company to be able to know what's an appropriate purchase price for your LOI.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have people coming to us that have negotiated an LOI, negotiated a purchase price, but it's unreasonable. We're not going to be able to get it financed for them. I'm not saying they'll never get it financed. Sure. I'm just saying it's not something our firm will take on and finance for them. Then we've had the other people that have turned to us with great purchase prices where they have retained our firm to go out and bring in multiple sources of capital, extremely interested in their deal.
And on the flip side of that too, you've had people that come to you right before the LOI and say, hey, here's what we're thinking about, and they get you and the firm to give a second opinion on their LOI and the purchase price multiple.
Absolutely. You should always get a second opinion. You should get experts in the industry to actually help you as an independent sponsor. We're willing to do it. Other firms are willing to do it. And it makes a lot of sense when you're going down the path. Again, the most important thing is that purchase price and the exclusivity period. But the purchase price in that letter of intent, critical.
All right, there you have it, guys. You can win any company by outbidding the competition. So make sure your purchase price is within the range of what's reasonable for your industry and the size of your company. Thanks for watching today. Check out our other videos to learn the tips and techniques to make your trip as an independent sponsor successful. Also check out frischcapital.com. That's FRISCH.com, capital.com. The link is below. I had to get that one out. Took a second there. Check out the link below. We'll send you to the appropriate places to learn everything that you need to know. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Drew.
Appreciate it, Bob.